This is Word Galaxy, a final project for interactive visualization, spring 2016. It's a three-dimensional graph of nodes and edges, where nodes represent words, and specifically these things called synsets. A synset is basically a single concept that's represented by any number of terms or synonyms, and each synset has a definition associated with it. These synsets are taken from Princeton's WordNet. Each connection means it's either a hypernym or a hyponym. So a hypernym is a superset of a word, while a hyponym is a subset. So for example, if you take the words animal and organism, you can see a link going from organism pointing towards animal, which means that animal is a kind of organism. Here, animal is a hyponym and organism is a hypernym. So let's go ahead and explore this galaxy. You can see here on the right the navigation controls. Use the keys to move forward, backwards, left, right, and fly through the space. Let's go ahead and explore the space a little bit. On the bottom right here, you can see the legend. Each word is colored by its part of speech. So here you can fly around the space. Links can be toggled using the L key. So if we go ahead and go to a cluster over here, when you hover over the word, you can see a tooltip displaying the synset and its definition. Once you click on a word, you can see in the bottom left here, this box displaying the word that you've clicked on and the hypernyms and hyponyms of that word. Clicking on hypernym expands all the hypernyms. And you can go ahead and navigate the graph this way. You can also search for a word using the built-in search feature. Each search displays the number of matches found and the number of hyponyms and hypernyms for each word. So here's Entity. Double-clicking on a node brings you to the 2D graph view. Here we see that we're displaying the hyponyms for Entity. I can click on Entity in order to display the hypernyms instead. Since Entity doesn't have any hypernyms, we'll go to a word it does. So here's Abstraction. You can see that it has 8 hyponyms and 1 hypernym. So if I click on Abstraction, I can switch to the hypernyms. Now up here you see it's displaying hypernyms. Clicking again will switch back to hyponyms. Now if I click on Communication, I'll switch to make Communication the center node. You can also navigate the graph through the left box over here. Clicking on the 3D view returns to it. And that is Word Galaxy.